It's the 360 show. I'm back in South Africa. I enjoyed my time over there at the IPL and I will be returning later on in the tournament. All my focus for this week's episode will be on the IPL. The first 2 weeks are out of the way. Some teams have been playing well, some not so much. We cover it all right here on the 360 show. Let's go. So let's start with the points table then. The top four teams there are RR, KKR, CSK. Without a doubt, the most consistent performers in this year's tournament so far, not only because of the results, but by the brand of cricket that they play and just the way they look comfortable on the field. And I'm pretty sure you guys would have picked up on that as well. Rajasthan Royals without a loss, 3 wins in a row. What a fantastic start, a dream start to the tournament. KKR, the only other team without a loss. Back-to-back wins there. Only 2 games in, but it's looking good for KKR against all the odds. Not a lot of guys in the Geo Cinema studios that worked alongside me as commentators thought that KKR would be featuring this season. And I know there's a long way still to go, but really looking good for them so far. CSK, with that one little stumble in that last game, I thought it was a very interesting innings by MS Dhoni, really showing his firepower right there at the end, but maybe too little too late. Batting there with Jadu at the end, I thought they maybe should have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier. What I think has been going well for them and also where some of the teams are struggling. Let's start off with Rajasthan Royals, the pink team, RR. Fantastic start to the tournament for them. And Yuzvendra Chahal posting here top performance from the team. Proud of the progress we are making. And what I like about that is Yuzi's always been a team man, and I'm not surprised by this post at all. Wherever he goes, he seems to be happy and he seems to make the team feel better about themselves. He just adds value, and that's the kind of player you want in a side, someone who keeps adding value to the side and not taking value out of the side. And as you can see, another star performer, and maybe against the odds, because he's been a little bit inconsistent throughout his career. But Riyan Parag's promotion to the number 4 batter in the team has paid dividends for Rajasthan Royals. It is a position familiar to the 22-year-old. 22-year-old people is still very, very young, so lots of years ahead, and it could very possibly become a star performer in all formats for India down the line. I think he has got the talent, and I've been saying this about a lot of players, which shows the depth of Indian cricket at the moment, which is quite incredible. He comes into the IPL with really good form, which helps a lot. 510 runs that he scored and an average of 85 and a strike rate of 182 in the latest edition of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. He has carried that form into the IPL 2024. So no real surprises there, but in the last few IPL seasons, he was very inconsistent, almost as if he was moody. And at the age of 22, it feels like he's getting more mature as a player, understanding the situations he's confronted with. And it really bodes well for Team RR throughout this tournament. So he bats at the number 4 position, which is a crucial position in any T20 match. It's the guy who must be able to think on his feet, to be able to adapt. And that's exactly what he's been doing in the last season or so, domestically, but definitely going into this IPL as well. Really looks good for RR if he can keep scoring consistently, really being the glue of that side, holding it back, but also being able to explode when the time is right. It's really looking good. And then obviously a lot of other star performance in this team. Trent Bolt, Josh Butler still there, Ravi Ashwin. The list goes on. And no surprise for me why a lot of gurus or pros think that this team will be there at the end of the tournament and possibly even win it. And I've got to agree with that. They weren't part of my top 4 when I mentioned my top 4 a while back, but they are putting up their hands to be contenders. Let's move on to KKR then, the team who has been a little bit inconsistent in the last few seasons, but there's one thing consistent about this team, and that's Andre Russell and Sunil Narine. Absolutely incredible. They just go unnoticed these days. People just are so used to seeing them in the KKR kit that you almost don't really pick up the huge impact that they have on this team. Performance-wise, experience-wise, I'm pretty sure in the change rooms, they'll have a lot to share and to add. So also value adders to this team for many years now. And there's a post here by KKR fans saying KKR at the top of the points table, Andre Russell at its brutal best, Narine with the bat, Rinku Singh not yet unleashed, Stark yet to arrive as well. It's looking scary, but not for us. So the KKR fans feeling confident because they have a lot of firepower in that team. Um, they haven't even played their best cricket yet, but they haven't lost a game, which is crucial. The minute they find a bit of form right throughout the side, that they're going to be tough to stop. And Andre Russell then joins a lead list with double of 1,000 runs and also 100 wickets, which is absolutely incredible. This guy is just at his brutal best, as was stated in that post. And he's playing possibly the cricket of his life. He looks light on his feet. He looks happy. He looks free out there. And the couple of knocks that I've seen is very scary for opposing teams moving down the list of games to come in this IPL. And then also Sunil Narine makes his 500th T20 appearance. Now that's a lot of T20 games, that's for sure. Matt Rowler then posts Sunil Narine, a master of self-reinvention, aptly marks his 500th T20 with 47 of 22 balls for KKR at the Chinnaswamy. I say that a bit with a softer tone because you really hurt my RCB team. But nonetheless, incredible that three of the four men to play 500 T20s, Narayan, Pollard, Bravo, and Malik, grew up within 20 miles of each other in Trinidad. Quite incredible that. KKR looking good then. Lots of experience, a bit of youth coming through as well. Stark yet to fire, Rinku Singh yet to fire, so watch out. And they might be the dark horses of this tournament, literally with the kit they are wearing as well. Moving on to CSK, Super CSK. Yes, they lost that last game, but they're still playing the brand that I see possibly taking them all the way to the back end of the tournament. I definitely see CSK qualifying for the knockouts. Whether they've got the firepower to go all the way, I'm not entirely sure. As I mentioned, a little bit of an odd partnership at the back end in that last game from Dhoni and Jadeja. With all the experience they have, I just feel they sort of pulled the trigger a little bit late. Dhoni showed in that last over what he's capable of. So the form is still there. The class of the man is there. Maybe a little bit out of match practice and not pulling that trigger early enough. And obviously, at that time, he needs a partner as well. And Jadu was there. It was the perfect combo to actually go on and do something special. They came close. There's definitely no panic in this team. They're looking good. And then let's quickly talk about Ruturaj Gaikwad, the youngster who's played a couple of seasons of IPL now. He wasn't sure of his spot to start off with, as Rohit Sankar says here. And then Dhoni said this to Gaikwad early on in his IPL career. All I want to tell you is you are going to play the next three games without any doubt, whether you score a run or not. He then went on to post 65 not out, 72 and 62 not out. And a lot of credit to MS Dhoni for taking pressure off of him when it really mattered most. And look where he is today. Who would have thought that this guy would be the successor to MS Dhoni at CSK? After the start he had in the IPL, we've come a long way. Absolutely incredible. Look at that start to the IPL. 4 matches, 5 runs, strike rate of 31. There's a lot of youngsters that would panic in that situation. But after Dhoni gave him those words of inspiration, the security of the fact that he will play the next few games and he must not panic, he went on to score 350s in a row, 3 half centuries. And here he is, the captain of CSK, getting the team off to a great start. I love the guy's composure. Obviously, I love the way he bats. His skill is there. But as a youngster who's succeeding in the footsteps of MS Dhoni is not an easy thing. But from what I've seen, it's been very, very impressive. Very calm and composed. He seems to have done his homework for every game so far. He makes good changes out there on the park. And obviously, he's got the support of someone like an MS, also Jadu, and a few other experienced players in that team. Deepak Chahar. It's nice to have a bowling unit that's led by Deepak Chahar. A guy who's very experienced, who knows what his fields are, and Gaikwad can just bounce ideas off of him. So I think he's in a really good position. Yes, there's still pressure on him, but there's no reason why he can't be a really good leader for many years to come for CSK. And who knows, possibly even more than that. So no need to panic. Lucknow Super Giants with Justin Langer. Nicholas Puran was quoted saying, Langer has been fantastic, very professional. All the players are comfortable with him, and we're looking forward to him sharing his experience and his sense of calmness as well. So fairly decent start for Justin Langer's Lucknow Super Giants. Obviously, KL Rahul captain. And there's a lot of room for improvement for them, but they still have had a decent start. 1 win, 1 loss. So definitely no doom and gloom here. Decent start. And just the last 2 seasons, Nicholas Pooran has been absolutely incredible. It's quite interesting to see batting first with a strike rate of 144, averaging 30. In chases, his strike rate is 167 with an average of 38. So this guy really likes a chase. He loves to be there in the heat of the moment when the game is on the line for his team. He tends to play really well. And another very, very cool stat is the middle overs. He's one of the best players out there, one of the best batters, possibly the best in the IPL in the middle overs. Look at those stats. 66% of his balls are faced in the middle overs. And guys, this is where the game generally consolidates. The fielders are out. You need to try and find your feet again. You can't just go all out attacking because you need to think about the death overs as well. But look at Pooran's stats here. A strike rate of 150 and an average of 60 in the middle overs. That is absolutely astonishing. Death overs, he's got some work to do there. The strike rate is good, but the average needs to be a bit higher. He wants to find a bit more consistency at the end, get more not outs. That average will get to 40 very easily if he finds a way just to finish games, to be there at the end, to make sure he's the batter when we shake the hands at the end, to whether we've won or lost, just pull it through for the team, take it as deep as possible. So absolutely incredible. And another stat that I want to show you guys with Nicholas Pooran is his stats against left-arm pace bowlers. So Mitchell Stark, other lefties out there, just think twice before you bowl to him. His strike rate is 210, average of 47.33 against left-arm pace bowlers. Astonishing stat that, and very interesting. LSG looking good. They need KL to come to the party and to be that rock for the top order, as he's always been in the past. I'm pretty sure with the class of the man, you will be coming through as captain. You'll want to lead from the front. So LSG looking good for the rest of the games, but they will hope for a bit of momentum. Back-to-back wins will always help. Move on then to GT, the finalists from last year. 2 years back, winners. They've been incredibly consistent, and here they have a really good start in this year's IPL again. Ashish Nehra. Why do teams and individuals perform so well under him? Well, he was with me at RCB for a few seasons, and I can tell you now, it's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Just a genuine person. He'll tell you straight if you are messing up. He'll be honest with you no matter what. And he's also the first guy to praise you and to put his arm around your shoulders and say, well played. And you'll always talk about the value that you are adding as an individual, really making you feel good about yourself, confident about your ability. And that's Ash. He's just a genuine person with a pure heart. There's no foul intended from him to anyone out there, but he will be honest. He will tell you, you didn't play your role well tonight. This is what I need you to do in the next game. Here we see Sai Kishore saying, we felt we were 10 short in that last game, but the thing about this whole team and how it has been run over the last 2 years is we give a lot of emphasis to competing, and that I like. Ash wants the team to compete. Stay in the game. Don't blow out. Stay in the game. There's always a chance. Look how they won that early game in the IPL against the Mumbai Indians. They just stayed in the game and the wicket started tumbling. Whether we win or lose, we're proud of the way we play. We competed really well. That was the talk even by the head coach, Ashish Nehra, as well. So there's proof in the pudding right there. That's the way Ash runs this team. There's always a chance. Guys, keep competing. And I love that about the Gujarat Titans, and a big reason why they have been so successful. And then last but not least, Kishore says here, all credit to the culture he has set up over the last 2 years. People are not thinking about the result alone. It's more a process, right? They're focusing about competing and staying in the game. So looking really good for Shubman Gill, Ashish Nehra, and their team. We see guys performing really well, and it's not the same players, which is always a good sign of a happy team. And then obviously Rashid Khan is still there. Let's not forget about him. He hasn't had a firepower start in this tournament, but believe me, he will feature at some stage in this tournament, most probably when it matters most. Moving on to SRH then, Pat Cummins, Dan Vittori and co. Let's mention Heinrich Klaassen there as well. Absolutely amazing the way these guys have played. Abhishek Sharma, I mean, totally incredible against the Mumbai Indians. He surprised me even. I couldn't believe what my eyes were witnessing that day. 277 for 3. I never thought I'll see that in a T20 game. And then Mumbai Indians coming back and also posting 246 in that chase. Just a fantastic game of cricket. I was still in India with that one, and there was just a buzz in that commentary box as we were talking about this game, and we were all just looking at each other going, what is going on here? So Heinrich Klaasen, in the form of his life, hopefully for SRH, he'll maintain that kind of form throughout the tournament, because I see him as the glue in that middle order. There's a lot of firepower around him, Abhishek Sharma, and also Aiden Markram, a few other players that really look good for them. But as long as he is the glue in that middle, because he can play any kind of innings, he can go aggressive, he can pull back for the team, he can absorb the pressure, he can apply it at any time. He's just going to stay in his mold, follow those game plans, and stick to that. Pat Cummins was quoted saying, "I just want to see a really aggressive start to the season," and I'm pretty sure that's what we've been seeing. 200 plus totals out of 3 games, just totally incredible. And this team looks good for the rest of the tournament. If I had to be hypercritical, that bowling attack might just have to find a bit of flow. They have really good bowlers in that lineup. It's just almost as if the rhythm is not there with regards to who's bowling when, what are the plans, when do we change to slower balls, when do we go Yorkers. I'm just really trying to find their blueprint. I think will be priority over the next few weeks for them. But it's nice to say you've got stuff to work on when you've had a really good start. 2 out of 3 for them. So no need to panic. Delhi Capitals, DC, finally getting a tick and a win in that last game after back-to-back losses of the start of the IPL. There must have been a little bit of panic with Ricky Ponting. He's been here for a long time now, and it's time for him to find his mold as coach. We know he's got all the experience in the world. He was really good for Mumbai Indians back in the day, but he hasn't really found the key to success with the Delhi Capitals, and might just be the season for him, because Golden Boy Rishabh Pant is back. What a fantastic story. The quotes from Shane Watson and also Suresh Raina just saying that he means business, and how inspirational it is to see this man back on the park from where he's come. There's a picture of him on his crutches. I've spoken to him. He was very, very down, and he's had a decent start since his comeback, 18, 28 and 51. So not a bad start for Captain Pant. I'm a big fan, as you guys know. He's got 17 on his back, just like I used to carry as well. But I really hope this guy does well and finds a fairy tale story for this Delhi Capitals team. They are one of the teams that I earmarked as being there at the end, the one of the top 4 teams to make the knockouts. And it's not too late for them to find a bit of rhythm and to get a bit of momentum. Rishabh Pant posted something here saying, "Every day stepping on the field gives me so much happiness. And to keep doing something I love is always a luxury. Always being grateful, taking nothing for granted. Great team effort altogether." That's after that last win. And the man seems to be happy. Now they just need to find a bit of rhythm. And if there's one guy you want your trust in, that's Rishabh Pant, right? As captain for the Delhi Capitals, I do believe something special is brewing. I haven't had a look at that last game with David Warner, everyone. I could see the way they celebrate the wickets and how happy they were beating CSK, which is not an easy feat, people. So that would have meant the world of for this team and their confidence. Watch out for Delhi Capitals. If they find a bit of rhythm, if they get going, they will be tough to stop in this tournament. Let's move on to the Punjab Kings, the inconsistent team for quite a few seasons now. You always get them winning 1 or 2, then they lose 3 in a row, then they win 1, then they lose 2. Never really finding a rhythm in the tournament, I feel, and it's been a similar start for them. 1 win, 2 losses in a row, then again. And hopefully they do find a bit of momentum and find that blueprint they want to be playing with. Which they haven't, I believe. Shikhar Dhawan as captain, I think, is fantastic. He's a very calm guy. I've always enjoyed playing with him and also against him. The fact of the matter is there enough skill in this team? I'm not sure. When I look at the list of players and I compare it to other teams, I feel they are lacking in that department. So it's not always a question of finding the weakness within the team with the players. It's more finding a blueprint that will work for them as a team. These guys will have to play together as 11 on that park. If they want to stand any chance of winning this IPL, they're going to have to find a different strength. It's not going to be your Andre Russells or a Mitchell Stark that will get 5 wickets out of nowhere. These guys need to sort of feed on each other's confidence, help each other out, bowl in partnerships, bat in partnerships, feel together as a unit for them to stand a chance to go all the way. So yes, it's the same story for Punjab Kings, inconsistent. but hopefully they do become more consistent throughout the tournament. And then, dearest to my heart, RCB. Unfortunately, not the greatest start to this tournament. They lost to CSK up front, then a good win, and unfortunately another bad loss there at the Chinnaswamy recently. As you see, Denish Kartik, the standout performer, the finisher, there's his stats. Really good start, 2 not outs. And that's exactly what you want from a finisher. You want him to get not outs. We spoke about Nicholas Puran earlier. His stats are really good in those middle overs, but he needs to find a way to get a few not outs at the back end of the innings to improve those death overs stats. DK is a guy that's really done exceptionally well with that. He's got a 20 against KKR, that 28 not out against Punjab, and also CSK, a 38 not out. Just fantastic at the back end. And then cricket.com talks about Virat Kohli. He's got a stupendous record at home at the Chinnaswamy. Absolutely loves batting in front of the people of Bengaluru. He scored 2,860 runs at the Chinnaswamy, the most for a batter at a venue in the IPL. Totally incredible. And look at those stats. KKR 83 not out, Punjab Kings 77, Gujarat 101 not out, KKR 54. Those are these last 4 games at the Chinnaswamy. It just blows my mind how this guy just keeps going. He took that break, he came back, and he was consistent again. The usual Virat that we got used to watching over the years, entertaining millions of fans out there. And I'm really happy for him with a good start. Hopefully, he keeps going with that because they need that glue in that middle overs. And so we need him to get through the first 6. That's ultimately how I would like to see him play. Let Faf take more risk up front. But Virat, I want you to be there over 6 to 15. That's when RCB is going to fire from all cylinders. Watch out for that. So RCB, not a bad start, not great. It's in the middle there. They need a couple of wins. So RCB will be hitting the road from here on in the IPL, and hopefully they find a bit of good fortune away from home before they come back to the Chinnaswamy again. Let's move on to the Mumbai Indians then. Terrible start, but it's something that we've become used to over the years, them starting really slowly. But watch out for this team. There's a lot of talent in the side, a lot of match winners. If they do find a way to cross the line to get a W, and I truly believe they will get momentum and go 2 or 3, maybe even 4 wins in a row. They've done it in the past. They've won trophies like that in the past, and there's no reason why they can't find a bit of momentum. Let's talk about the comeback of Hardik Pandya and some of the reactions we've seen from the crowd there in Bombay at the Wankhede Stadium. It has been upsetting to a lot of people. I'm not surprised at all, especially with the start. And unfortunately, people, you're going to have to remember, as cricket fans around the world, you can get frustrated with your team. You want to see results. It's all results driven. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. Me being a fan now as well, when I watch some of the players that I really like a Devil Brevis or Aiden Markram, when they don't score, but I can see they have it on in their hands to really be consistent and to play well all the time. It is frustrating as a fan because you can see it happening in slow motion from the side, right? But for Hardik and Team Mumbai, they are in the middle of the arena, in the battle. It's war out there. So it's not easy. But just remember that it'll turn around very quickly for them. They just need to find a couple of wins. And Hardik will become the hometown hero in no time. But Ravi Ashwin going on here saying you never see this kind of reaction in other countries. Think of Australia, England. He talks about Joe Root and Josh Butler. The fans never really fight. It doesn't really matter where they play. The fans almost understand that they just want to see their best individuals perform at the highest level. And it's not like Hardik completely turned his back on Mumbai. I mean, he just came back. He's always been there at Mumbai, and he's just come back. He almost needs a Euros welcome, but the fans not really seeing it that way. But let me just tell you a bit of advice for Hardik, just hanging there. As fans, and I include myself with that, we get frustrated quickly, and all we want to see is results. And I know how fickle that is, but don't give up. Ignore the noise. Focus on what's the most important, and that's to get your team together and to put the performances together. So I'm pretty sure Mumbai Indians will be back. Yes, there are a lot of boos out there at the Wankhede Stadium at the moment, but I feel there's no need to panic. 3 losses in a row, nothing. They've started with 5 losses in a row once and went on to win that IPL trophy. So we'll see how that pans out for Mumbai Indians. So that's it. We've covered all the teams. Pretty exciting to say the least. Only 2 weeks into the IPL. There's so much more to look forward to. All the teams are still in it. Some have started really well, some not so much. But it's not too late for anyone to put up their hands and to start consistently perform out there for their franchise. Moving on to the 360 quiz then from last week. I never gave you the answer of this. It was which FIFA World Cup did Elise Perry take part in? And it was the FIFA Women's World Cup 2011 in Germany. She also scored a goal there. Absolutely incredible sportswoman. She was fantastic with RCB, winning that maiden trophy. The women did exceptionally well. And then the winner was Purna Chetri. Congratulations with that. And keep taking part in the 360 quiz, guys. Many more nice quiz questions to come out. So keep an eye out for that. Moving on to something very dear to my heart, very exciting. It's called the 360 Challenge. I love to have fun. I love to do tongue in the cheek stuff. And here's a little sneak peek of me having fun in the streets of Bombay. Have a look. Right here. Can I do it on this wall? Guys, I'm doing my punishment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't laugh at me. 5, 6,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So there's a sneak peek of the 360 challenge. I did some push-ups on a small little wall, if you can call it that, with the water on the side. So there was a bit of danger involved. It was close to the gateway of India. Just absolutely fantastic. And I see experiences like this just as an absolute pleasure. Really enjoying life, having a few laughs, and interacting with people on the street, people who love cricket. Some people recognize me, some don't, but it's all just fun. So keep an eye out for that. Also follow me on socials. Subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification to make sure you don't miss the 360 challenge and many other things that will be coming out. Let's move on to the comments box then. A lot of you have given me a lot of love, given me some advice, a bit of criticism maybe, and I take all of it in. And I really thank you guys for taking part on the 360 show and giving me feedback. We'll start here with ABD Sir on his way to convert everyone to RCB fans. That's correct, at the Geo Cinema Studios. I got everyone on board. They've all voted RCB to be there in the knockout stages. A lot of the pros think that RCB will win this year. Maybe it was just my influence there. I've even got Scott Styris wearing an RCB shirt. It doesn't get any better than that. And then amazing video. Thanks for the inside view. And it's my pleasure. That was the 360 view, point of view, POV. I have a lot of fun with the glasses on. It's just nice because I have my hands free. I can just chat to people. Some of them don't even know I'm taking a video as we speak, but I do tell them afterwards, listen, that was a video, so they're okay if I post it. So keep an eye out for that. There's more to come. ABD, I love your energy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. AB and Brett Lee together. What a moment. Yes, Bing and I will be doing a lot of fun stuff down the line in the future. We're very similar people. We love the outdoors. We love life. We love to stay active, to be healthy, and we love interacting with people. So that's what will be coming up. Maybe some fun challenges with the two of us, and we both love music. So maybe something special will be coming. Happy to have you at the com box. Thank you very much for that post. And then last but not least, another 360 show, but waiting for live streaming. I get you. Don't worry, be patient. There's a lot more to come here on the 360 show. But thank you very much for joining me on this week's show. As I mentioned, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and let's take this 360 show to new heights. Thank you very much for joining. Have a fantastic week.